So what are vitamins? Well, vitamins are chemicals which are essential for life. Our bodies can't make vitamins themselves, with the exception of vitamin D, which is produced when our skin is exposed to the sun. So we actually get them from our food. And there are 13 different vitamins which can be divided into two main categories. The first of these groups is water-soluble vitamins and includes all of the B vitamins. Got some Berocca here. Thiamine B1, riboflavin, niacin, pantothenic acid, biotin, vitamin B6, pyridoxine, folate or folic acid, and vitamin B12, as well as vitamin C also. The second of these groups includes fat-soluble vitamins and includes vitamins A, D, E, and K. Now, water-soluble vitamins do not stay in your body. Instead, your body will take what it needs and then you will excrete whatever is in excess. On the other hand, fat-soluble vitamins are often stored in your body's fat reserves, including in the liver, and can actually build up to toxic levels if you are not careful. In talking about vitamins, it's important also to talk about minerals too, as they both go hand in hand. So what are minerals? When most of us think of minerals, the first thing that often comes to mind is something that you find in the earth, like iron and quartz. And this is true. However, there are also small amounts of some minerals in foods too. For instance, red meat is a good source of iron. Just like vitamins, minerals help your body grow, develop, and stay healthy. And the body uses minerals to perform many different functions, from building stronger bones to transmitting nerve impulses. And some minerals are even used to make hormones or maintain a normal heartbeat. And there are two kinds of minerals. The first of these are called macrominerals, and macro means large in Greek. And your body needs larger amounts of macrominerals than trace minerals. The macromineral group is made up of calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, sodium, potassium, chloride, and sulfur. The second is called trace minerals. And a trace of something means that there is only a little bit of it. So even though your body needs trace minerals, it needs just a tiny bit of each one. And trace minerals includes things like iron, manganese, copper, iodine, zinc, cobalt, and selenium. And so whether we are talking about vitamins or minerals, both are crucially important because without them, we can't see, hear, taste, smell, touch, breathe, or do anything else. Vitamins and minerals keep our body working at its optimum. Vitamins and minerals don't just keep us alive, they are life. And when we don't receive enough vitamins or minerals in our diet, then we become deficient and our body systems begin to fail. And this is a fundamental contributor to the vast majority of physical disease and mental health issues today, including but not limited to things such as obesity, cancer, heart disease, anxiety, depression, and even substance abuse. As you can see, preventing vitamin and mineral deficiency is crucial to ensuring that we not only feel and function at our absolute best, but also that we live a long and healthy life too. Whenever the dilemma of preventing vitamin and mineral deficiency pops up, many of us automatically think about taking supplements. In fact, around 80% of adults take vitamin and mineral supplements provided by an industry that's worth over $200 billion per year. But why? Often it's because we believe that supplements will cure our deficiencies and even prevent us from being run down and ill. We believe that they will help us get ahead and help us to live a better life. We believe the promise of vitamin supplements over the more mundane advice to eat well, exercise often, and get sufficient sleep. We believe that popping a multivitamin will cover all bases and make up for all of the things we should be doing but don't really have the time, energy and motivation to actually do. And we do so not only because there are often super fit Olympic athletes marketing these products to us, which look fabulous, but mostly because it's easy. But do we really need supplements, or is it possible to get enough vitamins and minerals from the very foods that we eat? Hippocrates once said, "Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food." And this is so true. The best sources of vitamins and minerals is actually food, in particular whole foods such as fresh fruits and vegetables and nuts and legumes and grains and cereals and lean meats and seafoods and eggs. Eating a large variety of such foods and in all colors of the rainbow is also important for not only getting all of the vitamins and minerals that we need for optimum health, but also to improve our gut bacteria and keep it healthy, which forms the very basis of our entire immune system. Unfortunately though, when we get busy, we tend to eat the same things all of the time, resorting back to the same recipes and foods that we know, which means that many of us don't eat the large variety of foods that we should be eating. It is also equally important to eat fresh produce to maximize the nutritional content you receive, as vitamins are affected by heat, light, storage conditions, and lots of other variables. As an example, after just 1 week, apples lose over 75% of their vitamin C content. Yet most of the apples on our supermarket shelves are over a year old, and sometimes even up to 2 years old. Crazy. Organic produce is also often high in vitamins and in minerals too, and eating higher quality foods means that you actually don't need to eat a large amount of food to get all of the vitamins you need in a day. Instead, it's more about eating the right foods in the right balance to get the nutrients that you need. As an example, if you ate a small yogurt, maybe a small tin of mackerel or salmon, some pecan nuts, a piece of fruit, some brown rice, some spinach leaves, a carrot and an apple, then you'd get all of the vitamins and minerals that you need in a day. However, the reality is that many of us today don't eat this way, opting instead for a more westernized diet over a whole food one, which often contains really high amounts of processed foods, high sugar foods, and lots of pre-packaged foods. And this style of eating almost certainly results in us becoming deficient in some of the vitamins and minerals needed for optimum health, and as a consequence increases the risk of chronic illness, which is really evident in all of the health statistics today. So this raises the question, should we be taking vitamin and mineral supplements at all? Well, assuming you eat a large variety of foods and fresh and organic where possible, then most of the time you can get all of the vitamins and minerals you need from the very food that you're eating. Therefore, taking supplements will be of no benefit. However, if you don't have a great diet and or are deficient in certain vitamins and minerals, then supplements may be of benefit to you. Just remember, it is important to pay close attention to your body and how you feel and function in order to recognize early signs of any deficiency, like feeling tired for no reason, having low energy, looking pale, and always getting sick can all be telltale signs of certain nutritional deficiencies. But there are more symptoms, and also consult your doctor if you're not feeling 100%. If you have had any procedures such as lap banding, which is really common now, or also suffer from diseases such as cancer, then supplements may actually be required. It's also important to know your family history, because sometimes deficiencies can have a genetic predisposition. For example, if your mum had a magnesium deficiency, then it may be a good idea to keep an eye on your own magnesium levels and take supplements if you are found to be deficient. Vitamins and mineral requirements also change throughout the different life cycles, such as during pregnancy or a newborn and elderly. And supplements during specific stages can play an important role in maintaining optimum health. Also, certain diets or styles of eating which often exclude entire food groups, such as paleo or vegan, can also cause nutritional deficiencies. So you really want to be sure to do your homework here and understand what you need to meet your vitamin and mineral requirements. For example, if you don't eat dairy, then you need to ensure that you are meeting your calcium requirements in other ways, sometimes of which must come from supplements rather than food. It's also important to ensure that your lifestyle habits are not affecting your nutritional requirements. For example, habits such as drinking alcohol and smoking will strip your body of your B group vitamins and should really be avoided at all costs. I also want to touch on safety, and whilst vitamin and mineral supplements are generally considered safe, it is not uncommon for people to actually overdose and become even hospitalized from using them. This really happens with vitamins and minerals sourced from foods, however, as the amounts of vitamins and minerals in food is perfectly balanced, okay? And because most supplements are self-prescribed, we often overestimate what and how much we think we need as well. So such guesswork can be risky, especially when it comes to fat-soluble vitamins, particularly minerals, which can easily build up in our bodies over time to what can be toxic levels. Furthermore, very few, if any, of the 100,000 plus vitamin and mineral supplements on the market today are tested for safety or efficacy before they are sold on our shelves. And it's not uncommon for some supplements, including multivitamins, to contain 100 times the vitamin and or mineral dose specified on the label. Others contain drugs which shouldn't be there at all, including most commonly anabolic steroids. In other words, there is no proof that they will do what they say they will, nor that they will not hurt you. So we need to question how safe these supplements really are. As such, we should treat all vitamins like chemicals we put into our bodies with caution. Know what you are taking and why you're taking it. Otherwise, apart from expensive urine, you may be doing more damage than good, especially when you consider that most are synthetically made from products such as tar and even acetone. Also, if you're taking medications, then you also have to be really careful with taking supplements too, as both can react with each other. If you are going to take supplements, then do your research and always speak to your doctor as well as a nutritionist or naturopath first. There is no doubt that the line between food and supplements is becoming increasingly blurred. However, while supplements have a place, none come close to replicating what you can get from food. And that's because on top of containing all of the essential vitamins and minerals, food also contains thousands of compounds that work in a complex and often mysterious synergy, a synergy that supplements cannot replicate. However, what is proven is the relationship between a great diet and great health. After all, we have been getting our vitamins and minerals from foods for millions of years, as have all living beings on the earth. In saying that, while it is possible to get most of them from a balanced diet, the typical Western diet, as I said before, is low in several very important nutrients. And nutrient deficiencies that are incredibly common in countries such as Australia, the UK, and the USA include deficiencies such as calcium, magnesium, iodine, iron, vitamins A, D, and B12, which is especially deficient in vegetarians, vegans, and older adults. And look, at the end of the day, the best way to determine if you have one of these deficiencies or if you believe you might be deficient in something else, then just remember to always pay attention to what your body is craving. This is because your body has its own innate intelligence, and as such will let you know what vitamins and minerals it requires to be healthy via the very foods that you're craving. And if you want to be sure, then just get a simple blood test from your doctor. So, do you make a conscious effort to ensure that you are not deficient of both vitamins and minerals? If you're still having trouble answering this question, then just remember that making a conscious effort means really paying attention to your body, how it feels, and listening intuitively to what it wants and needs from moment to moment. For example, you might notice that you are craving salty or sugary foods, or that you are feeling sick or not operating at 100% of your function, etc., which then prompts you to determine what particular vitamin or mineral you may be deficient in and why. It can also mean getting blood tests done from time to time to ensure that you are not deficient in any particular vitamin and or mineral. And if you are, then even taking a supplement or trying to source and consume foods which provide the vitamins and minerals that your body may be missing. In a similar way, it also includes ensuring that you do not have an excess amount of certain vitamins and minerals in your body, which can in fact be toxic. And just on that, remember that water-soluble vitamins do not stay in your body. Instead, your body will take what it needs and then it'll excrete whatever is in excess. And they include vitamin B and C, whilst fat-soluble vitamins are often stored in your body's fat reserves, including your liver, and can actually build up to toxic levels if you are not careful. And they include vitamins A, D, E, and K.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to learn more about the other essential attributes of staying in your best shape. And until next time, watch what you chew, do what you need to do, and always live true.